15 months ago, I purchased a 9-unit apartment building at 23 years old, and I'm gonna show you exactly how much money it makes. This is 100% achievable for anybody watching this video. I purchased it with $0 out of my own pocket. If you're interested how, check out my other video that I posted before this. It'll break down exactly how I bought it. This one's strictly on the numbers. Let's get into it. So in May of 2023, I purchased this 9-unit building for $375,000. I put $95,000 down on seller finance, and I borrowed the $280,000 mortgage from the seller. Now, that $95,000 I put down, I borrowed that money. I really got in for $0 out of my own pocket. It's all about what you know up here, but that's going to come into play later in the numbers. As you see, I pay interest on that down payment. The lady who sold me the building kept the rent the same for 20 years. She got it passed down from her dad and never raised rents when she put new tenants in. So I knew when I purchased the building, I was going to be able to raise the rents $200 to $300 per my 1 unit and another $400 for the 2 unit that was in the building. That was a $3,000 a month rental increase that I knew I was going to be able to make when I purchased the property. When I purchased it, the rent for each unit was $500, $475, $525, another $525, $500, $525, $525, $500, and $550 a month, coming to a grand total of $4,100 a month that it was bringing in. But my monthly expenses on the property are $1,750 a month mortgage payment that I pay directly to the seller. I pay $1,350 a month in interest payment to the person who went ahead and lent me the $95,000 down payment. I pay $500 to $700 a month in utilities, $400 for insurance, and then another $450 a month comes out to what my taxes are owed at the end of the year. So the expenses come to a grand total of $4,650 a month. Now, if you go back to what it was making me in that $4,100, it wouldn't even cover the expenses. So over the course of the year, I was able to raise the rents $2,275, and that gave me the ability to cash flow on this building. So I was able to get the first unit from $525 up to $750. I was able to get the vacant unit with nobody in it filled for $750 a month. I had another unit at $500. I got up to $550. The $525, I got up to $700. My 2-bedroom, 1-bath at $550, I raised it to $900 a month. I was able to get $675 for 3 of the apartments on my 3rd floor. So I went from $475 to $675, $525 to $675, and $500 to $675. And then I also still have a tenant in there that's still paying $500 a month. I can go ahead and raise his rent in the future, but I'll most likely just put a new tenant in there when the time comes. So now the grand total, I'm bringing in $6,375 a month. And if you go ahead and subtract $4,650 a month per expenses from the $6,375, you come out to $1,725 per month that I am making on this building, and that comes out to equivalent of $20,700 per year. Now, to see if that's actually a good return on what I went ahead and purchased, you go ahead and you do a cash on cash return. So it's what did I put down and how much am I bringing in on that money? And that was $20,700 a year, really a good profit on a 9-unit building. Well, in order to find out, you get what's called a cash on cash return. So you take that original $95,000 down that I was talking about, and you go ahead and you divide how much money you're making a year, so $20,700, and you divide that by your $95,000 you put down. So that comes out to a 21% return on your money. So that means at 21%, if you multiply that by 5, you get 100%. So in 5 years, I get 100% of my $95,000 back in my pocket, and I still have a building that is making me $20,700 a year. And then whenever I cash out refi and get that lender out of there, it'll be even more than that. When I first started investing, I was looking for anything above a 10% return. And now realistically, the building's making me $35,000 a year. Those interest payments come out to about 16 grand, which brings me down to that 20,000 mark. Now, if I was able to bring in my own $95,000 up front and not have to pay that interest, I would have been making $35,000 a year on my 95K, which would have been an insane return, a 36% return on your money. And that's why I went ahead and decided to bring in a private money lender and give them some of the interest in the deal. And I was able to still make a lot of money on a property that I didn't bring any money out of my own pocket to buy. So $20,700 a year is what I'm making. That doesn't include my $20,000 a year principal pay down that I'm getting from paying the mortgage, the appreciation, and any other tax benefits that you get in real estate. So if you guys are freaking interested in getting something, a unit that is making you this money to maybe you can quit your job, watch my last video. It goes ahead in detail and breaks down how I was able to purchase it with no money out of my own pocket. It's something that you can go ahead and do yourself. Look into it, and that's it. If you can picture yourself doing this, ask me any questions down below. I'm gonna help you out in your market wherever you're at. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.